And he says, move on to verse 4. And how do you say to your brother, allow me to cast out the splinter from your eyes, and behold, this board is in your eyes. He says, look to verse 5. Here's the problem. He points out a word that Yeshua used frequently, and that is that word hypocrite. And that is when we use one standard for ourselves and another standard for someone else. And naturally in the flesh, there is a human tendency to do just that. To see these other people's actions, even when we do the same thing, that there is more offensive, it is more wrong, it is more displeasing to God, and we give ourselves kind of a pass. Well, that's not what we should do. The opposite should be true, and that's why he says, hypocrite, cast out first this board, this plank that is in your eye, and then, and he's been using the word blepo, which means to see or perceive. And here he uses that same word with a prefix, dia, which means through, or in this sense, thoroughly. He says, first of all, you need to get rid of that board that is in your eyes. Then you will be able to see or perceive things clearly, more thoroughly. You'll see thoroughly so that the speck of your brother that you can cast out. So it all has to do with a right perspective. Now he's going to continue this same thought of having a right perspective in regard to our prayer life. And don't miss the connection. There's a correlation, there's an important truth that he's sharing here, and that's this. How I deal with others is going to affect my prayer life. And now he wants to give us a proper perspective for prayer and understanding how generous, how good, and how wonderful of a provider God is. And what's the key to receiving His provision? Well, one thing that we should never underestimate, that is the power of prayer. Prayer, believe me, prayer brings about change.